I was having a conversation yesterday with a friend of mine, and this came to mind. And then I was thinking about you this morning, and this came to mind, and I wanted to share it with you. Have you ever known anybody who's been taken from their house in a hospital because it turns out that their left side of the body or the right side of the body went numb? And then it turns out when they got to the hospital that they were having a stroke. Yeah, taken from home, working from home in an ambulance. It's just a reminder that we've got to be better to ourselves. And I'm not going to get into, you know, how much you take on, how much you don't take on, what you do, what you don't do. That's really kind of on you. But at the same point in time, the more you take on, the more you need to take time for you because nobody should ever have to leave their house in an ambulance simply because they're stressing out, overworking themselves, holding themselves to such a high standard. And when we talk about mental health and we talk about different things like this, one of the things that I've really come back to in my own explorations lately is that there are people who are wired just differently, creatives, misfits, the round pegs and square holes, to paraphrase Steve Jobs. Um, But when it gets to a point that that's what happens when you leave your house in an ambulance because you've stressed yourself into a tizzy, that you physically cause your body to say, I'm done. You need to call an ambulance. Not okay. I don't know if you know somebody who's going through this. Maybe you know somebody who's gone through this. Maybe that somebody is you. Tell me about it in the comments and you can unload if you want to. And I'm not talking about anybody in specific. Well, I'm talking about somebody specifically that inspired the story, but it could be any job, anywhere, any place, anytime. It's just how some people are wired. But like I said, the more time you take to take on different things at work, the more time you need to carve out for you because that's what's important. That's what's going to be there at the end of the day. You and those who love you and those who care about you. And when my friend told me this story, I was just flabbergasted because It happened at about the same time I ended up going to the hospital for an infection, and it was just a reminder, you know. And I thought I'd share it with you this morning because maybe you need to hear that reminder. Maybe you need to hear the reminder that I got from that yesterday. I don't know. Anyway, if you need me, I'm here. Not hard to find. Have a great Friday. Take some time for you this weekend. You're worth it. And if you need me for anything, I'm not hard to find. To paraphrase the great Deion Sanders, you know who I am, you know where I am, and you know what I do. Now take care of you. You got this.